Happy Saturday and welcome to another vlog. It is Saturday, January 8th, and we are starting week 2 of me vlogging. I'm super excited to see what this week brings. It's just after 4 o'clock and I still have not picked up a book today, but that's fine. I've been working on editing some videos and taking care of some things this morning that I needed to do. I've got my kitty screaming at me because she just went potty, and she loves to announce to the world that she just went potty. It's the Bronco games is playing right now. They're doing surprisingly well against the Chiefs, which is unexpected. Not that it means anything standings-wise, but at least we're not just being completely demolished at this point. We just started the third quarter. The Avs game starts at 5, so at 4:30 I'm going to switch over to my pregame, which they call Avalanche Face-Off, on Altitude, so I'll be watching that the rest of the night and then just kind of keeping an eye on the Broncos score. So I care more about my Avs hockey than I do about my Broncos football. Although now that I'm thinking about it, I wore a red tank top today, and maybe I shouldn't have worn red. I should have picked blue because the Avs colors are like navy and maroon and red and blues, but the Broncos are blues and orange, and we're playing the Chiefs today, and their color is red. So maybe I shouldn't have worn the red tank top now that I'm thinking about it, but we'll move on. So I wanted to at least touch base and do the calendar for today real quick before it got too late and I got too sucked into hockey. So yesterday, just as a little recap, if you didn't see my previous vlog, I'm doing the Quest calendar. I backed it on Quickstarter. It's by Sundial Games. I'll go ahead and link them down below. And there we go. So 2022's campaign is The Gates of Terralon. I'm super excited. This is made by a tabletop RPG gamer, and it's kind of going to be like a long-term, every day you do something to move along in the adventure and play just like a campaign that lasts every day, all year. They do combine Saturdays and Sundays, so I'll just have this one little chunk to update for this weekend. Since we're still kind of in the prologue stuff, I'll go ahead and do a little bit in case you didn't see my first vlog here. But I got the deluxe edition, or got add-ons. I got this spiral bound book, and it's like coated. It's not like laminated, but it's coated. So these are going to be copies of the rules. So like one page in this is 2 pages of the calendar combined. And then we've got like inventory that we can keep track of. We've got our inventory, and then it's got all of the main characters that you can play. And then it has them already kind of leveled up, which is nice. So we can keep it all together. And if I wanted to play like 2 different campaigns at the same time, I could play with 2 different characters running through the same campaign and doing different decisions. Right now, and I looked it up, I think it was like the first 17 or 18 days is a prologue to get you used to the rules and kind of figure out how it goes. So for the prologue, we play Commander Royce Barrington. We already last week we rolled our stats, we chose what weapon we want to do, and then we can go from there. Last week, or I guess yesterday, but last week's vlog, we traveled to the Sun Temple, and then we fought the Guardian there. And then this is the gate that we kind of fought the Guardian to get through. We did end up defeating the Guardian and made it through perfectly fine, which is super exciting. So we're going to go ahead and move on. Alrighty, so, we are at the gate. Here's some new artwork. Super mystical and magical. I love it. Super fun. The artwork is just gorgeous in this game. Okay, let's go. So Saturday, 8 and Sunday. So in Terralon, which is the world here, Saturdays are Star Day, and Sunday is Sun's Day. So there's an S in the middle there. And then January is Winterwary in this world. So let's see what it says. With the gate activated, you step through the portal that leads to the infernal plane. You have not traveled through a gate before and were not properly prepared for the torrential forces of magic that teleport you across dimensions. They pull and rip at every fiber of your body and consciousness as you travel on this otherworldly journey. So that's our little blurb for today. And then, like I mentioned last week, they have like the more mechanic-y stuff is in this more normal kind of font there in the bottom in a box. So it says, try to maintain your composure both mentally and physically as you are hurled across the dimensional cosmos. Roll a d20 and add your constitution. And then when you have like stats and different results from your rolls, they are listed on the back of the previous days. So here's yesterday's, Friday's. So what our results will be is going to be on the back of there. So let me pull out my dice. I should just kind of keep my bag out now that we've got our character stats all set up here. Okay, so I need a d20. Yep. Okay. Hopefully we do better here than we did with our traveling. Hi. Yeah, you want to give me good luck? Thank you. We'll see if she gave me good luck. 16. That's not bad. That's not bad. I mean, it could be worse. Okay, so I need the back of yesterday's. So, and then we have to add our constitution. So our constitution modifier is 2. So we are at 18. Okay, if the result is 16 or more, woohoo, we got the best result. The journey is difficult at first, but once you accept the pain, my goodness, can I help you? You just wanted attention? Uh-huh. You can hold on a minute. Yeah. Okay, sorry about that. Oh my goodness. Shush. Okay, if the result is 16 or more, the journey is difficult at first. But once you accept the pain, you begin to welcome a strange feeling of connectedness that you suddenly experience with the entirety of existence. There is a certain amount of beauty to it now that you now believe is a true gift. Interesting. Okay, so that's fun. That's fun little, like, not statistical character traits, but now we feel like a oneness with the entirety of existence. So that's super fun. So like I mentioned, they combine Saturdays and Sundays in the calendar. So that's it. So I won't have any calendar updates until Monday. As for reading, I do need to start my Kate Daniels books. I'm going to continue editing a couple videos that my vlog from last week. I'm working on that today during the game. So I'll work on that during the Avalanche game. And then after the Avalanche game, I will pick up the next Kate Daniels. I can't remember. It's book number 8. I'll put up, it's either Magic Binds or Magic Shifts, because those are the 2 I have to read. I just don't remember which one's 8 and which one's 9, because I downloaded their stuff this morning so I could get them on my bingo boards and currently reading story templates and stuff like that. So I'll put book number 8 here. This is what I'll be starting tonight. I'll probably pop in when I actually do start it, just to kind of let you know what time I end up starting it and what's going on. And it'll probably be after the Avalanche game, so I'll let you know how the Avs did. I can't remember if I mentioned it, but on the last game that they played Thursday night, they won like 7-3 or 7-1 or something super crazy. And tonight's going to be a really good game. I think we're playing the Maple Leafs, so Toronto Maple Leafs. Last time we played the Maple Leafs, they completely destroyed us 8-3. So tonight's going to be a good chance for payback. I'm super excited. It's at home. I'm ready for us to kind of just keep doing this. The Avs, I know, are on the brink of breaking some franchise records or I can't remember. They're either records for the franchise in whole or just for the Avalanche portion, because the Avalanche used to be the Nordiques from Quebec, Canada, and then when they moved to Denver in 1996, they became the Colorado Avalanche. So it's weird with some stats, because sometimes they're stats for the Avalanche and sometimes they're stats for the franchise as a whole. But I think the stats are for the whole, but I can't remember. But I'll find out during tonight's game if we actually break those stats, because I'm sure they'll talk about it. So I just wanted to do my calendar real quick and give you a small update. Nothing much has happened, and it's already almost 4:30 on Saturday, but that's okay. I will check in later, and welcome to week 2 of my vlog. Yay, hopefully I'll get more than 2 books read this week. Anyway, I'm going to start Kate Daniels tonight, but I will be back to update when I actually do get started, or if I've started and read a little bit. So I will see you later tonight. Okay, so it is almost 10 o'clock. All my post-game shows just finished. Avs won in overtime. Woohoo, I got my jersey on. It was a good game. It was a really crazy game, but I really enjoyed it. They didn't have a good first period. They were down 3-0. Eventually, we scored, they scored, then we were down 4-1, and the Avs ended up winning 5-4 in overtime. So I was really excited. My voice is still a little scratchy from all the hooting and hollering and dancing and everything. So, but it was a good game, great game. I got my first favorites of 2021 video finished editing and music and all that good stuff done, and it just finished exporting. While that was going on, I was able to start Magic Shifts, I think. I already forgot. I literally just double checked it before I pulled this up. Yeah, Magic Shifts by Alona Andrews. I guess I'll just put it here. I don't know why I was showing you my Kindle. But anyway, so I'm about 20% in. I think I'm at chapter 5. Either chapter 5 is the next one, or I just started chapter 5. Or I just finished chapter 5. Or I'm about to start chapter 5. I don't know. Anyway, I'm like at chapter 5-ish. And it's really good so far. I'm not really quite sure where we're going. This is the first book. At the end of the previous book, Kate and Curran were kind of told by her real father to leave the pack. So this is the first time, outside of the little prequel that we saw of her, Curran, and Julie moving into their new house. This is really the first that we get to see of them doing stuff on their own. Jim has come by, who's the new Beast Lord, and he's pretty much offered them 36% of the stake in the guild, which is all of the shapeshifter stakes in it. So they didn't really want to pick it up, but now that Curran has been there, and one of the 4 horsemen mercs was kind of a dick to Curran, now Curran kind of wants to take it over. And it seems like Curran's not missing being the Beast Lord, but what he's missing is the challenge of making it all run and run efficiently. So it sounds like he's gonna kind of take over the guild now that it's waffling and go from there. We had a really interesting fight scene to start the book where Kate and Curran took on like 30 ghouls. So I'm intrigued to see where this is all going. I don't really read the blurbs or anything before I started. I think I read the blurb for like the first 1 or 2 Kate Daniels books just to see what was going on. And I read a couple of the novella blurbs, enough just to see who the novella, like who was in the novella. Because some of them we got like Jim and Dally, or there was a novella for Julie, and then there was a novella for Kate and Curran. But most of the novellas I feel like are not Kate and Curran centered. But so I'm super enjoying it. This one, now that they've like kind of been established, it's not as romantic as some of the other ones, but I'm still really enjoying it. Alona Andrews, they just write. If you didn't know, Alona Andrews is a husband and wife writing duo. Alona Andrews is the wife, and her husband is Gordon. But the way that they write is just it just sucks you in, and their world building is fantastic. And even like the short, tiny little novellas or even novelettes or short stories always add more to the world. It's just so expansive and done so well. And I'm really excited that this read along really convinced me to pick up Kate Daniels, because I'm really enjoying it. And I just wish that there was a little more on the romance. I have started her Hidden Legacy series. I'm not caught up in that, but I'd like to, because I know Ruby Fever comes out, I think in August is what I saw. Last I saw it was like in August, I think. So I want to try to get caught up in that. I know at the last live show, the read along is hosted by Steph from Novelty Corner, Heather from Hia Booktubes. No. Yeah, Hia Booktube, I think. Yeah, Hia something. And then Megan, and she's Meowth Vader. So I think they mentioned kind of doing Alona Andrews and just kind of going through all of her other series as well as a read along. I know there's like the On Edge series, which is supposed to be more like full romance series, but like fantasy romance kind of a thing. I know Hidden Legacy is supposed to be more romantic, but it's there's 3 sisters, and so there's going to be like 3 trilogies inside of Hidden Legacy. I really want to read the Clean Sweep or the Innkeeper Chronicles. I think that's the series, is the Innkeeper Chronicles. But they're all like the titles that have like sweep in them. And then I know they wanted to start the spinoff with Julie, which is like the Aurelia Writer series, I think, which is a spinoff of Kate Daniels. So there's a lot of backlist to get through. And I've only pretty much just read the first 1 or 2 books of Hidden Legacy before Kate Daniels. So I'm really excited to finally start reading them. And I can't believe that we're almost at the end. I don't know what's going to happen. Part of me feels like Roland is the big bad. But at the same time, I'm like he's not, like he's a horrible person. And he's like, lived for millennia. And so like he just has too much knowledge and power and all this stuff. But he's not a bad guy. It's just like pulling out the Wreck-It Ralph reference here, but I don't know. I kind of liked him, but he's also a horrible person, if he's even a person. I don't know. I'm kind of torn on what I feel about him, but all I've really seen of him was in the last book. And so I don't know. We'll see what happens. They do a really good job about kind of giving you a little piece here, a little piece there, a little piece here. And then about like halfway to 75% of the book, you can start to see all the little pieces connect and like get the whole entirety of what the book is going to be about. So I'm really intrigued to see how the ghouls and Eduardo going missing and the guild and all this other stuff is going to be together. So yeah, I'm really enjoying that. Because the Avs went into overtime, and I get so worked up. I get worked up watching hockey normally, but when we get to overtime, I just get like, I don't know, like I can feel like tiny bits of adrenaline going, because I'm just like, so like, oh my God, what's going to happen? Oh my God, every tiny little move can be the end of the game. Holy crap. But anyway, so I'm a little awake. So I think I might try to edit some more videos. I saw that the like U.S. trials Olympic stuff for figure skating was on my DVR, so I might pop one of those on and just kind of relax so I can see who ends up going to the Olympics, if that's still happening when it happens. So I don't know. It's now 10 o'clock, so we'll see what I decide to do. I definitely want to read more. My plan is, at least tonight before I go to bed, to at least hit 50%. I wanted to try to get through both books and the novella this weekend, but if not, I just need to get through them by Friday. So that would at least put me at 3 books for the week, which is more than the 2 I had last week. But anyway, so I will stop yammering here, and I will touch base once I kind of hit the 50-60% mark, depending on what's going on plot-wise, and if there's a good stopping point to come back and update you. But so far so good. But Alona Andrews, they've really hit their stride. And I mean, I enjoyed the first book a lot. I really enjoyed it. And it's just to see how it's evolved, and it gets even better, and the more expansive that this world gets is just so magical, and I'm really loving it. So anyway, I will keep reading and keep working on things, and I will be in touch soon. Bye. Hello, and happy Sunday. It is Sunday, January 9th. It's about 8. It's just after 8:30. I have not read as much as I was hoping to today. I ended up sleeping in this morning because I had a really rough night last night. I don't know what was going on, but my emotions were running wild, and I was up till after 2 in the morning, which is really weird for me, especially because as you've seen from last week's vlog, a lot of the times I can hardly make it past 10 o'clock. So I don't know what was up, but probably just stress and whatnot. But anyway, so I just wanted to do a quick update. I finished editing my first vlog this morning. It's almost 2 hours long, so oh boy. I'm going to try to make these a little bit shorter and not ramble too much, but feel free to let me know if you want me to do more edits and try to cut these shorter. Or I myself enjoy watching the longer vlogs, especially because I like to put them on when I'm at work. So it's fun to just kind of sit and listen to people talk about things. And granted, I just start rambling, and it's not just bookish stuff. But anyway, so that was fun. And then I had to do my cooking for the week. I tend to, on the weekends, usually on Sundays, make lunches for the week, and then I just have that for dinner or whatever on Sunday. This week I made salad, cheese ravioli with Alfredo sauce, and then I did lemon pepper chicken. So that was really good. And then, I also made some rolls. So it was a really good dinner. I did manage to cook a little bit earlier, so I was able to join Jen's Fated Friend Hangout live, which was super fun. It's the first time I've ever been able to join in video-wise. Usually I just kind of chat in, but it's part of her membership program. That's once a month, and I always put it in my calendar, and I never try to miss a live. So that was super fun. And then afterwards I did dishes and kind of cleaned everything up, got all my Tupperwares and stuff put away. And then I've just kind of been reading since then. So I think I finally sat down to read 5:30ish, almost 6 o'clock by the time I actually started reading. No tea tonight. I did make a little bit of hot cocoa just because my emotions have been all over the place. And chocolate sounded good, which is weird for me. I'm usually not a chocolate person, but I get the super dark hot cocoa because it's just not quite as sweet, but then I load it up with marshmallows. So whatever. Anyway, so I have made good progress on magic shifts. I was going to update earlier, but holy crap, I couldn't put it down, and I didn't want to stop. I was going to stop around the 50% mark and update you, but Kate almost freaking died. I was I knew technically it's not a romance, and I know that we have 2 more full books, but Kate almost died. Oh, I was just tearing up, and I was freaking out. She had a stroke. But I guess technically it was a bunch of micro strokes. Oh my God, it was terrifying because she was partly paralyzed and she couldn't really speak. And Curran was absolutely destroyed, and Julie was absolutely destroyed. I was absolutely destroyed. And I was just holy crap. And then there's all this talk about, is Kate going to be Kate? moving forward and what's going to happen. It was so friggin' stressful. I couldn't put down because I was like, we have to get through it. We have to get to the next magic shift or the magic wave. And then Kate can start to heal and Doolittle can heal her. And it was just like, oh my God, I was just like freaking out. And I was just like voraciously reading because I was like, we can't let Kate die. Like, we need to keep moving. We need to keep moving. We need to get moving and get to where everybody's okay. So we'll see. She's still kind of having like memory loss from what happened from the fight that she had, and things are starting to kind of fall into place. They still haven't found Eduardo, but they've had some attacks by some crazy creatures. There was like a wolf griffin, and then it turned into like a really weird scorpion spider thing, and that was really hard for her and Curran to fight, which is weird because like the thing was pushing Curran back, and Curran's like the strongest thing ever, so that was super crazy. And then she was fighting a giant that it looks like it was a human that was turned into a giant, and then a bunch of weird Arabian lizards popped out of him, and that was harrowing. But we got to see Grendel, the poodle, like hellhound or whatever dog that he turns into, that he's technically like magic, he's not just a poodle. So that was fun. The fight scenes are always so well done. And Alona Andrews this sucks me right in. I absolutely love their writing style. I just want more romance. And we did get a little bit more of the romance, I guess, here, just because they weren't sure if Kate was going to be paralyzed or if she was going to have, like, when they were able to do the magic to kind of heal her from the stroke, if she might have some sort of personality dissociative disorder, or if Kate just wouldn't be Kate anymore and her personality would change. And so there were all these things that were kind of up in the air. And it seems like for the most part, Kate is Kate. She says from her, because we were in her perspective, the only time we really get Curran's POV is in his little side novellas, but she says that she doesn't feel like, it feels almost like at first it felt like she was looking at somebody else in her body and like she could feel her body, but it was just heart-wrenching to read. And I'm just so happy that whatever magic that Doolittle and Kate had that they used to heal her seems to have done the job. I don't know if this is going to be something with her father, but it seems like some of the places are going to fall into place here pretty shortly. Usually in the 50 to 75%, we kind of get all the little pieces coming together and the overall plot starts to kind of make sense on what mythology they're using and all of that. But it seems like here we're going with a lot of Arabian and like Middle Eastern and North African mythology, which is super fun. So there's that. I'm about, what am I, 61%, I think? Yeah, I'm 61% in. I'm on chapter 14. So I should be able to finish it tonight. I want to take a shower either tonight or tomorrow morning. I probably should take it tonight, but I'm all like cozy in my blanket and it's starting to get chilly outside, and I don't want to leave my warm blankets. So we'll see what I decide to do. I might read a little bit more until like 9, and then maybe I'll get up and take a shower and then go from there. Or I might just try to wake up early and take one in the morning. So we'll see what I decide. I definitely want to read at least chapter 14 before I get up and do anything else, just so I feel a little better on where I'm sitting. I was hoping I could get through at least Magic Shifts and the novella this weekend, but so it goes. I didn't even, like, I kind of looked and I prepped my historical brackets as well and my paranormal sci-fi fantasy bracket, but I didn't record me filling them out, which won't take very long. It should be just about an hour is what my contemporary one was. But I also did a lot of explanation on how I set stuff up in that one, and I probably won't for the other two. Just do like a mini version of it and just be like, I went into more detail in the contemporary one, but here's the brief rundown in case you didn't watch that one, kind of a thing. So I know I've got Avalanche games, I think Monday and Tuesday, and then Thursday, and then Saturday and Sunday this week. I know they have a couple back-to-backs coming up. I know Monday, Tuesday. So I don't know how much reading time I'm going to get those 2 days. So we'll see what happens. But I just wanted to pop in and just say that things are getting wild. Things are getting crazy. Holy crap, I can't believe Kate almost died. And Curran broke my heart. He was there and you could just tell he didn't know what he was going to do without Kate. They don't really talk about it, and it's not really fated mates, but the way that they just seem to connect, it feels like fated mates, but they also put the work into it, so it's not as easy as I don't know. It's just a really interesting mix, but maybe because they're shifters is why I feel like it's fated mates. But anyway, I love it, and it was nice to get kind of some of that romantic moments. Even though it was scary, it was still nice to see. And just once kind of Doolittle gets done and they test Kate walking, and she goes in the bathroom and like washes her face and stuff, and she comes out and it's just her and Curran, and you could just tell it's breaking him, but he's just like, where are we? What do you remember? Are you still in love with me? Is this our first date? Did we just get together? Like, he's like, where are we in our relationship in your head? And she just lays one on him and they just kiss. And you could just feel the sense of relief off Curran that Kate, at least for their relationship, was still Kate. She did forget because she couldn't get a hold of Curran and Julie, and she went to the guild, and that's where she saw the giant attacking the guild, and then she thought Curran and Julie were inside, so then she went even more balls to the walls to take care of the giant so that she could get to Curran and Julie. And while they were fighting, Curran meets up with her, and she kind of gives him crap for not leaving a note because she couldn't get a hold of them. And she doesn't remember that because she doesn't really remember much, because she remembers killing the giant, but she doesn't remember the fight with all the lizards that popped out of the giant. So that was when they had the discussion about leaving the note and why she was kind of freaking out, and she's so happy to see them. And so when some of the parts where she's healing in the bed, when they're at the like med mage area in the keep, she mentions he should have left a note, and he's just like, yeah, I should have left a note, and he just leaves it as that instead of having the same argument back and forth. But so it was just like, I don't know, they don't push the romance, but I just love the connection between Kate and Curran, and it broke my heart seeing Julie so sad. And just Julie so convinced that if Kate dies, she'd be all alone. And hearing Curran just step up and say, no matter what happens with Kate, you aren't alone. You have me, you have Derek, you have Barabbas. And that was another fun thing. We kind of get to see the pack members who left the pack to kind of join Kate and Curran. So we have Derek and Barabbas, and then Christopher moved in with Barabbas. And then George, and I'm assuming Eduardo will also come. So that's been kind of fun. They're like creating their own new little mini pack. Hi. My kitty just woke up and she's like, what are you doing? But anyway, so see, here I am. I'm like, I was just going to do a quick short little clip, and now 13 minutes in and I'm still just blabbering on. I know you just woke up. Hi, sleepyhead. Yeah. All right, so I'm going to at least read one more chapter here before I decide if I'm going to just continue reading or, oh gosh. Yeah, that's a camera that you just rubbed your face against. Thank you. Oh my goodness. Cat. She's just like right here. Kitty. Yeah, you're just purring. Anyway, she was snoring earlier and it was super cute, but all right, so I'm going to keep reading at least another chapter before I decide if I'm going to get up and take a shower or just kind of read until I fall asleep. But as soon as I finish, I'll probably give an update. Depending on, I want to try to finish it tonight, but depending on how late it is, I might not. It's Sunday. I should probably go to bed somewhat on time because I've got work tomorrow. But this is my last week with the company that bought our people. And they were like, you can just kind of make your own time. We just only want you here 3 days a week. So they aren't really going to push me to be in. I would normally be to work between 6:30 and 7. And they aren't going to push that. And it'd be nice to be there at my normal time just so I get more hours. But I don't know. I kind of lost the motivation to go in. But I should stick to my routine. And I should still finish strong. It just sucks. All right. Well, I'll stop blathering. We just hit the 15 mark. So I will be in touch when I finish Magic Shifts. And then depending on how late it is, I might jump into Magic Stars. I'm not sure how long that is. But that's the Julie, and Derek novella. That's 8.5. So hopefully I can at least get that started tonight. But we shall see. I will talk to you later. Hello and happy Monday. It is just after 5:30, Monday, January 10th. I just got home from work and the kitty fed and now she's screaming here. Oh my goodness, what are you doing? You're tearing. She's in my lap here. Yeah, it's been a super stressful day. Oh my gosh, why did you just step in my tea? Oh my god, cat. I swear, sometimes. Anyway, so I'm home. It's been a super stressful day. I'm just mentally exhausted and out of it and just done with everything. So I'm going to have a nice relaxing evening. The Avalanche game starts at 7, I believe, so I'm going to watch that. I can double check here. Not that you really need to know. Yeah, so face-off starts at 6:30, so I can't wait for that. We're playing the Kraken, Seattle Kraken tonight, which will be interesting. I don't know if Grubauer is going to play in goalie for the Kraken. He was our goaltender last year and did a really good job and ended up being in the running for the Vezina, which is the goaltender trophy at the end of the year. It'll also be interesting. I know I didn't mention it in my wrap-up or after the last game, but I mentioned it in the previous game, that there was some sort of franchise record that they were against or they were about to break, and so I figured out what that was. So last game, we actually broke the record, and we tied the record the previous game. But so we have 11 straight wins at home, which is a franchise record, which is super fun. So we have the chance tonight, because we're at home again, to break that record even more, up to 12 games. So hopefully we win. I really need that boost of happiness to end the night with. So I have a couple of things tonight. First off, I'll talk about reading stuff. I did end up finishing Magic Shifts last night. It took me a little bit longer than I thought to get to it because I kind of started slowing down, even though we started to get to the really exciting and like final battle scenes. I really enjoyed, this might be a little bit of a spoiler, but so the big bad ended up being a djinn, a D-G-I-N-N, so like a genie kind of a thing, and they went into the different kind of djinns and how ghouls they really are and how ghouls are made, and it was really interesting. I just love the way that they do the world building and how all the pieces kind of fall into place. We also saw a really interesting scene with Roland, Kate's dad, and Kate and Karen and Julie, they had dinner at Applebee's. So that was an interesting scene, and I still don't know what to think about. Like, I kind of like Roland, but he's also, like, horrible. So I don't know. I'm interested to see. We also kind of see that there's, like, a prophecy or dreams or something of a son for Kate and Curran. So I'm intrigued to see what happens there. If they're going to have, like, an actual blood child. Because Kate adopted Julie before her and Curran were officially together. So that's super fun. The next book is Magic Stars, which is book 8.5 in the Kate Daniels series. This is going to be about Julie and Derek. I do know that for sure now. I looked up the blurb just to make sure. It also is listed as Grey Wolf #1, but it's the only book when you look on Goodreads that's in the Grey Wolf series, so I'm not sure. I also know that it's kind of like a prequel to the spinoff that features Julie. So I'm intrigued to see that. That's the only novella that we have this month for January. So, and then we have book 9. So I'm hoping I can get through at least Magic Stars tonight. In between the games tonight. During the game, I need to my week 1 vlog finished exporting last night overnight because I realized my laptop's 10 years old and I don't feel like it's 10 years old, but I bought it new right before I went to study abroad in Japan. And so that was almost 11 years ago. So my laptop is older than I thought it was. So it took a little bit to export my 2-hour-long vlog. But hopefully you've already seen that by now. I'm hoping that this one is not 2 hours long and I can at least get it to the 1.5-ish range. But to do that, I have to stop rambling on. So I have a couple fun things outside of reading stuff. So I do want to start Magic Stars tonight. I'll probably pick it up. I want to kind of watch the week 1 vlog and make sure that everything exported okay before I start uploading it to YouTube. I also wanted to try to film my best historical romance bracket filling out, which should only take like an hour. So I might have time to get that filmed before the game starts, and then I can work on editing it during the game. So there's that, but I do want to start Magic Stars tonight. I did see it was less than 100 pages, so I should definitely be able to finish that tonight, even if I don't start it till after all my post-game shows and stuff like that. So next we'll do the quest calendar. I can't remember if I showed it Saturday, not yesterday, Saturday, because Saturdays and Sundays are together on it. But so I've got the quest calendar. The 2022 theme is the Gates of Terralon. So what happened last time is we went through the Divine Gate and we had to make a roll to make sure that we made it through the gate in the sane of mind and in a good body, and we passed that roll. I remember that we succeeded really well at that. So we can move on. This is the gate. This is Saturday and Sundays. This is the gate here. So we will see what today's is. Whoa. Okay. So Monday, January 10th, or Moonsday, Winterwary 10th. There's our artwork. It looks like clones of ourselves or something similar. Just as a refresher, here's our character, Commander Royce Barrington. Okay, so you made it to the Infernal Plane and have met up with the remainder of the army that marched ahead of you. Okay, not clones. You stand before the troops that you will be leading into battle. Some of them did not survive the trip through the portal. They give you their full attention as you go over the plan and tactics you will be using to infiltrate the demonic temple using the Zenith bomb to destroy their gate. Cool? Cool. All right, so that's our storyline for today. So the mechanics that we have is inspire the troops by raising their morale in hopes of increasing the success of the mission. Roll a d20 plus charisma. Reminder, we are persuasive. So let me look at the back. So our character sheet's on the back of our blurb here. So persuasive, add +2 to all rolls to persuade or convince. So that's easy. So our charisma is a +2. So kind of a middle of the road for us. So I need my d20 here. Okay, let's roll. Ooh, 12. Okay, not too bad. So my 12, so 14, and then the 2 from persuasive, so 16. Okay, so then, like I've mentioned before, the results, or I think they call it resolution, of what we're doing today is on the back of the previous day. So here's this weekend's. So here's our results. Nice. And we got the last result. Perfect. So if the result is 15 or more, here we go. You speak highly of these great warriors and with respect for their sacrifice. You remind them that they are doing what no others have been brave enough to attempt in all of history. Their actions in battle will turn the tide in the greatest of wars. Their enemies will fall, and their people will forever be grateful and live on in prosperity. They cheer you on. Really? Cheese cheers us on too. She distracted me. Okay, they cheer you on, for you will not just fight as their commander, but as their brother. You will gain a +2 bonus to all rolls in tomorrow's combat. Sweet! That's exciting. We are very excited on this end. So that'll be nice and handy. I'm just going to put a little tick mark next to it so I remember that we got the +2, which would be helpful. I'm sure it'll remind us tomorrow too. But I think that's it for today. So that's super fun. Tonight's tea, I did bring the box with me. I wanted something cozy because it's been a stressful day. So I have the Celestial Seasonings Vanilla Wonderland. This is one of my favorite of the Celestial Seasonings winter teas. It's a rooibos tea with hibiscus, cinnamon, cranberry, and vanilla flavoring, and then roasted chicory, orange peel, chamomile, juniper berries, a little bit of stevia extract, and like dried cranberries. And so they have dried cranberries and cranberry flavoring. I absolutely love it. I pulled out one of my big mugs today. I got my other zebra mug, which is absolutely pretty. I love that he's like running. And then the back says, "Nothing is ever black and white." Whoop! And I just spilled tea all over myself. Oh my goodness, that's really hot. Holy crap. Okay, I'm burning my calf here. And then I've also got, I got this in like an older tea box from Celestial Seasonings. They used to, sometimes like their holiday teas will have like a special holiday tin you can stick a couple bags in and then throw in your purse. A couple of years ago, I got this, which is their logo, and it's like a little hook because if you've never had Celestial Seasonings, they don't come in like a bag. I can show you. I can open this. So when you open it up, it's like in a sealed, like plastic coated bag, and then their tea bags come in tubes, and they don't have, so they're not wrapped in separate packaging, and they don't have like a string with a little tag or anything like that. Oh no, those are my last two. I'm almost out. Oh, I should have gotten another box before the winter teas went away. Oh well, I'll have to look next year. But yeah, so I like to use that for the Celestial Seasonings. I think the Celestial Seasonings are the only tea that I have that don't have bags or the foil packets or anything like that. So I only use that clip with the Celestial Seasonings. But it's just a cute little thing that I haven't seen in forever. So I guess that was like a one-time run kind of a thing that you were able to get that. They might have it, I know. So Celestial Seasonings is actually here from Northern Colorado. I haven't been to their plant. I know at least before pre-COVID, you could go and you could get like factory tours and stuff like that. And they had a really cool shop there with like extra blends that you weren't able to get in stores. So they might have things like that in the store there, but I've never actually been there. But so yeah, I guess I didn't say this, but I gave Magic Shifts 5 stars. It was so good. I loved getting kind of new mythology because we haven't really dealt with the Arabic mythology before, and the Jinn was really interesting. I loved the progression that we saw with Kate and Curran and how they're kind of setting up their own little mini pack out that's separate from the pack. I also feel like even though we didn't see Kate like necessarily power up, I feel like I know growth isn't always exponential. Like sometimes you kind of hit a plateau and then all of a sudden you jump up. So I know that that's kind of the route that they're taking with her. And so I feel like we were kind of plateauing even though she's claimed the city of Atlanta at her own, but we did see little hints of how the magic of the city and her claiming the city might assist her in the future. So I'm really intrigued to see what happens. We've only got 2 full-length books left, so I don't know what's going to happen in book 9. I'm super intrigued to see what's going to happen with Julie and Derek. I feel like even the novellas in this series and short stories always build in the world building and with what's going on. So I can't wait to read more. I'm going to pick up Magic Stars tonight for sure. I don't know if I'll update like halfway in between because it is less than 100 pages, but I'll definitely at least update when it's over. But otherwise, I'm going to work on recording my best of 2021 historical bracket and start watching the game at 7, and I will be in touch once I kind of can start and either get halfway through or finish Magic Stars. Until then, happy Tuesday. It's about 7:15 on Tuesday night. It's Tuesday, January 11th. You'd think with me doing things like this every day, I'd know the date without having to look at my watch, but whatever. So we are. Right now, the Avs are playing. We're about 5 minutes into the second period, and we're down 2-0. This is kind of a big test game. Tonight, they're playing the Nashville Predators, and they were actually who we played right before the COVID shutdown. So it was like December 16th or something, and then we were at like postponed for almost a week, and then all of the NHL took like that 2-week break over Christmas. So this has kind of been a test. Right now, the Predators are first in our division. However, the Avs have 4 games in hand. So if you don't really know hockey standings, so it's all based on a point system. If you win, it's 2 points. If you lose, you don't get any points. If it's in division, it's considered 4 points because that keeps the other team from getting 2 points, so it's considered a 4-point game. And then there's, if you go into overtime and you lose, you get 1 point. But anyway, it gets more confusing, but I just wanted to go with the basics. So if the Avs win tonight's game, we tie for first in the division with the Predators. However, we have 4 games in hand, which means that the Predators have played 4 more games than the Avalanche, which, if those are 4 wins, is 8 points. So pretty much we're in first place at that point. But technically, points-wise, we're tied. So I'm hoping we win. Like I said, we're down 2-0 right now. It's been kind of an odd game. Like, it's been high-flying, but they aren't playing. I don't know. They seem slightly off. And every tiny little mistake that they make, it seems like Nashville's really able to capitalize on it, which is never fun. So I just wanted to do a couple updates. I did not read Magic Stars last night, but I woke up early this morning because I woke up at like 4:30 for some silly reason and could not fall back asleep. So I decided to read Magic Stars this morning. Loved it. Gave it 5 stars. It was a really good novella. I loved seeing like Derek more, and we got some scenes from Derek's POV, which was super fun. I love kind of seeing Derek as he is now. I loved the banter between him and Julie. Julie is like going behind Kate's back and training with Roland, which I don't know what to think, but I'm glad at least Derek knows that she's doing this now since nobody else knew. I just loved, like, her magic always intrigued me because she's a sensate, so she can see magic, even, like, that the M scanners can't read. And now that she's, like, training and learning all these things from Roland, her magic is growing. I know that she somehow turns into, I know she goes through like training and changes her name, and I feel like changes some of her appearance or something in the spin-off series, because she's the main character in the spin-off series, and she becomes Aurelia Ryder. And I kind of vaguely know this because either Jess and Read Romance or she and her Aunt Juliet talked about the first book when it came out on their podcast, Smart Women Read Romance, but it's been a while since it's out, and I haven't gone back and re-listened to it, although I feel like they did some of the Kate Daniels books, so I should go back and re-listen to those too, now that I've read the series, now that I think about it. But anyway, so I finished that, 5 stars. It was really great. Even the small, I think I've mentioned this before, but even the small novellas and short stories that Alona Andrews writes just still adds so much to the world building and expansion. And I love Julie and Derek beforehand, but now that we've been in their POV and we've seen more from their view of things, and we've been able to sit with them for like 70 pages with them 100%, it was just so good. It was so good. I hope that Aurelia Writer is in the same kind of vein. I mean, I'm sure I'm going to enjoy it because it's Alona Andrews anyway, and I love the world building, and it's still set in the Kate Daniels universe. I'm hoping Derek comes back, and it's kind of hinted at that Derek like considers Julie his one kind of a thing, but it's not like outright said. Or it's just hinted at that he has someone that he considers his one. But I'm guessing it's Julie. I hope it's Julie. If it's not Julie, okay. And I try not to with especially with Kate Daniels, I try not to do too much like speculation, because I don't want to get some crazy good idea in my head and then have it be wrong and then feel disappointed, because I know whatever they're right is going to be super amazing. And sorry that my lighting keeps shifting. I have the TV on here behind my camera so I can at least watch the game, because I was not on it enough to do it to record during the intermission. So when they're changing things, then that's the shades of colors that you're seeing mostly, but most of the time it's the white ice backdrop, so it's fairly normal. But anyway, so love Magic Stars. I'm hoping, since tonight was an earlier game, it started at 6, to start Magic Binds tonight. I'm not sure how much I'm going to get into it, but I definitely want to at least start it tonight, depending on how exhausted I am after all of my post-game shows. So there's that. Oh, and I used Magic Stars for the second bingo board for Winter's Kiss. I only have 5 prompts left for the first board, and it didn't work for any of those, so I'm going to apply it to the second board. So when I do my TBR post for the second board, I'll already have that one, and I think I'll have to put Magic Binds on that one as well. But so once I finish the first board and do my TBR for the second board, some of those prompts are already, oh my gosh, already be covered, which will be fun. And make things seem a little easier, because then I won't have 25 full prompts to go. So yeah, a couple things in the mail today. I pre-ordered Jill Shalvis's new book. She was one of my favorite contemporary authors growing up. The first book is Simply Irresistible. The series is, I just reread it, Lucky Harbor. It's a longer running series. I loved that series growing up. It came out like in the end of this, or the second half of the year or something. But I got the first book for Christmas from my mom, and I was obsessed. And I got every book as it came out, and I have most of them in paperback, I'm pretty sure. But all of my older books from when my mom passed, and my apartment in Greeley is all in the storage unit. And so all of the books I have in the 2 bookshelves behind me are books that I've bought since she passed in like 2015. So I have a lot more books than that. And at some point I need to go through them in the storage unit and see what I do or don't need and get them scanned into my library app. Because I know I have a lot of like older early aughts and early 2010s paranormal romance, and all of my like Black Dagger Brotherhood and Michelle Bardsley and things like that. But anyway, I digress. So then Jill Shalvis, because I was talking about Jill Shalvis, she had the Heartbreaker Bay series, which I have most of the books here in paperback because those were all more recent releases. The first 1 or 2 are in the storage unit as well. But then she did, I think it's the Wildstone Sisters or Wildstone something, or that's one of the books in the series, but her most recent series was more women's fiction. So I have those in ebook, but I didn't buy those in paperback yet. Eventually I will. I've read through most of Jill Shalvis's backlist, at least romance-wise, including a lot of his Harlequin and like silhouette books from like the early or late 90s or whatever. But so in her newsletter, I feel like it's been a couple months now, she announced a new series. I think it's called Sunrise Cove is the new series. But she mentioned that it was going to be more romance based. So I was super excited. Of course, I had to pre-order it. So that came out. It came out today. So I got it today because I pre-ordered it. The Family You Make. And look at that cute little puppy with the stick. I block my face here so it can focus. Oh, it's so cute, but I'm super excited. I also already pre-ordered the second book. I think it's out in June or July or something. But, I mean, it says a novel right here. So I don't know. I think it's supposed to be romance. Or at least heavy romance, women's fiction kind of a thing. But I know like her romance, I haven't read any of her newest series, the more women's fiction based one. But I know like at least the first couple books of Lucky Harbor were fairly steamy. I mean, she doesn't go all out with the steam, but I feel like it's fairly normal steam wise for traditionally published mass market paperback contemporaries. So I got that today. I'm super excited. I'm hoping to get to this soon. Jill Shalvis is one of those cozy writers for me, and I love her writing and I love the coziness. And I actually sent in an envelope thing when I pre-ordered this one and the second one that to get signed book plates from her. So I have them on my shelf and I'm probably going to put them in. She sent me 2 because I mentioned that I already pre-ordered both. So that was super fun. So I might put one in this one and then maybe put one in Simply Irresistible, which is one of my favorite books by her, which is the first book in Lucky Harbor. But I don't know yet. Or I might put one in this one and one in the second book of Sunrise Coast, which comes out later this year. I haven't quite decided yet. But I also got in the mail today, I pre-ordered Emily Sullivan's second book, which came out, I want to say December 28th. So her first book came out, I think it was last year or late 2020. I can't remember, but it was A Rogue to Remember. It's up on my shelf here. And then her second book that just came out was The Rebel and the Rake. And so I actually pre-ordered The Rebel and the Rake. And then she had some pre-order goodies on her website, or I don't know. It was a Google form. So those came today. So it came with a signed book plate. Super pretty. I love the pink pen that she used. And then it came with stickers. It says Choose Your Scoundrel. And then it's The Rogue or the Rake. So these are her 2 book covers, which I'm sure if you pay attention to the newer historicals, you'll recognize them. I absolutely love this cover. If it'll zoom in, there we go. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I still have to read it, but I heard such amazing things about it. And I love supporting new historical romance authors. I like her second book cover is fine. It's kind of the more style that I'm not as much fond of, because it's like the people with the big block letters on it. And give me the pretty clinch covers. At least this one is like you can see actual people, like all of their faces. A lot of the other ones, like the new Bridgerton ones, it's like cuts them off at like their shoulders and then cuts them off like just below their hips. So it's just their torso. And it's really weird. But then it also came with a bookmark. So we've got, so it says League of Scoundrels, The Rake. So this is her new book cover. Like I said, it's like a photo of 2 people with the big block letters. And then on the back it says Or the Rogue. And I prefer this one. But so a new fun bookmark that I can use when I read these, which I'm hoping to read soon. I want to try to read a lot more new authors this year. I did read a lot of new ones last year. But so that was Happy Book Mail today. I got my pre-order and then pre-order goodies from last month. So there's that. I guess we'll go ahead and do my... Oh! It is now tied 2-2. I have completely missed 2 goals that they have scored. Although... a Nashville Predator dude is hurt. And he's like clenching his face. And I don't know what's happening. I hope he's okay. I hate it when people get hurt during hockey. I just... because, you know, if somebody hit them, no matter what team they're on, they don't want to hurt guys. Like, they want to hurt them, but they don't want to injure them, kind of a thing. And I like... ooh, they got the trainers out. And he looks in pain. I can't tell if it's his face. He keeps, like, kind of grabbing his face. So I don't know if it is his face. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna... I hope he's okay. I'll tell... okay. Anyway... I got completely distracted. But apparently I should film while the game is actually on more often because now we're tied. Although, I don't like that he's injured. But it's okay. Calendar, and then I will stop rambling. We're already at 15 minutes. I just can't help myself. They're going to be long vlogs. I did have to end up... last night, I did not record my historical best of 2021 reads because I was watching my vlog that I edited this weekend, and the program I used, when it exported, got so glitchy. My face glitched like every 20 to 30 seconds. Absolutely horrendous. So last night, I re-edited it in a different program. But now, so that's done, and I was exporting today while I was at work. So when I got home, I kind of flipped through it to where the glitches were the worst, and it looks fine. So I'm uploading it to YouTube. I have it set to go live 8 a.m. Wednesday, so I guess we'll see. That'll give me time to get these up, so I might just set that as my timer, is 8 a.m. Wednesdays. My weekly vlogs will be up. I know a lot of people do like Mondays, but I don't want to be on Mondays. Even though Monday sounds nice, but I like being kind of on a Wednesday, so it's after all of the like normal weekly vloggers post on Mondays, and then all of the other people usually post their wrap-ups on Mondays or on like Fridays and Saturdays. So I feel like Wednesday is a good option, so I'm not doing that. It's still almost 2 hours. Hopefully this one will be more like an hour and a half instead of 2 hours, but we'll see how much I ramble. But anyway, now I wasted another 2 minutes. I swear. I never talk, and then I sit down and film, and you can't shut me up. Okay. Focus. Let's move on. Calendar. And so yesterday we arrived in the portal. Here's our guys. This is our army. And then we succeeded on our charisma roll to inspire the troops. So I have my notes over here. And then just a reminder, we are Commander Royce Barrington. And let's flip our calendar. Oh, hi. She just woke up. Okay. Whoa. We are fighting something. Look at that. That is a crazy creature. Huh. Okay. So it says you and your squad charge towards the demonic temple. You are met with an array of fierce demon creatures blocking your path. They snarl in a rage and begin to slaughter your men. You all take up arms and attempt to mow them down. Okay. So, our mechanics say, roll the dice indicated in the table and add your hero's modifiers. Don't forget to add any bonus you received yesterday. Which we received, I believe, a +2. I marked it. Yep, we gain a +2 to all rolls in tomorrow's combat. So we get a +2 from that. Okay, so we are rolling for each demon. There are 4 demons, and it says for each one to roll a d20 plus attack and then do our damage. So there's that. And then on the back of yesterday's is like our stats and stuff. So we will just go one demon at a time. Let me pull out my D20. I was trying to see the score because they're about to go to commercial break, but it's still 2-2. And there's 6 minutes left in the second. So, hey, look at that. Super fun. Okay. Whoop. I'm dropping dice. I guess I should just leave them out. I should just leave them out, right? Because I don't know what else I'm going to need. But of course, the dice that I dropped is my D12, which is our damage die. Oh no! I know, Kitty, I know! Oh no! Okay, I found it. All right. Okay. All right. Let's do this. Okay, so Demon 1. So our attack modifier, let me pull out my character sheet. Our attack modifier is a +3, so plus our +2, so we get a +5. Ooh, a 19, so 24. Heck yes. Okay, so Demon 1. If your attack roll is 15 or more, yes it is, you hit the demon. Okay, so then we roll our damage die, which is a D12. So we're looking for a 4 or more, but because we have a +2, we're looking to roll a 2 or more. So pretty good odds. And we got a 4, so perfect. So the demon dies. They die this time. They're not just defeated. So Demon 1, dead. Let me grab a marker here. And I'm going to mark Demon 1. He's dead. Okay, so I guess we'll just do the same thing. So Demon 2. I rolled a 2. That's a 7. Holy moly. Okay. If your attack roll is 15 or less, you missed the demon. If you missed or the enemy did not die, it slashes at you with its claws. So our defense is 12. If your defense is 14 or less, reduce your health by 4. Holy cow. So we've taken 5 total damage. I have a erasable pen. I'm going to grab that. So I need to change this. So we have now taken 5 damage. Oh boy. So I'm going to put 5 here. Change that. Alrighty. So that is Demon 3. So now, or that's Demon 2. So now we need to fight Demon 3. Ooh. Give me good luck, kitty. Thank you. She's so cute. Oh, look at that. Good job. Mama got a 16. So 21. All right. So if your attack roll is 14 or more, you hit the demon. And this guy is looking for 5 or more damage. So we need a 3 or higher. And we got an 8. So the demon dies. So we got another one that died. Perfect. All right. And then Demon 4. Last one. Ooh, this is so fun. I'm having fun right now if you couldn't tell. Ooh, 15. So 20. And this last demon is if your attack roll is 13 or more. You hit the demon. And then this one is also 5 damage threshold. So, and we rolled a 10. So yeah, he's super dead. Super duper dead. Cool. So we killed 3 of the 4. Not bad, not bad. That one did quite a bit of damage though. Our full health is 30. So we're down to 25 right now. Okay. So then, after fighting all of the demons, whether or not you killed any of them, you break from the battle and race towards the temple. So I'm guessing because it doesn't say anything about more rounds, it's only a 1-round battle. So cool. We killed 3 of the 4. Sweet. We did take a little bit of damage. I know there's a special way to like rest, but rest is a specific page on the calendar. So we'll have to deal with that when it comes. Although we've only got like 7 days left in the prologue, so I don't know if they're going to do resting here or not. They might soon, because this is because you could have taken damage from the Guardian to the Divine Gate, and then fighting these 4 guys. If you failed every one of your rolls, you could have taken 17 damage, which is over half our health, just from the demons, if you failed every roll. So we might have a heal up or a rest to learn how to do that soon. But all right, so to reiterate, these were the weird demonic creatures that we fought. They're kind of hard to see because they blend into the background, but they look almost kind of like they're stone or something. But all right, super cool. I'm excited to see what we do tomorrow. Our calendars are done. Our demons are fought. We survived. We killed 3 of the 4. I got my new Jill Shalvis book, so that's exciting. I finished Magic Stars, so tonight I will start Magic Binds most likely. I'll probably do an update later on tonight to let you know if the Avs won, or I guess whenever I start reading next. Alexa, dismiss. I was wrapping up and she went off. She always goes off when I try to record. It never fails. Okay. I was wrapping up, so I'm just going to stop here. So I will see you soon. And I will most likely be talking about Magic Binds, or just about to start Magic Binds. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. I just got home. It's about 5:40. I had to stop at the UPS store on the way home and ship off a package. So home a little bit later than normal, but not too bad. A couple updates. Last night the Avs lost in overtime. It was kind of a frustrating way that they lost. Not that they wouldn't have lost anyway, but there was a really bad call made at the end. There was a too many men on the ice penalty that was wrong from every angle, every camera shot on the ice, every normal camera, every robo camera. I don't know how this ref saw that there were more than 3 players on the ice, unless he was counting himself for the linesman. So that was frustrating. And then, of course, Matt Duchene, former Avalanche, had to score the freaking goal, and he didn't leave here on the best of terms. It was kind of a weird situation. So that was kind of frustrating. And last night, I was so just aggravated by the blatant miss of the call. I kept checking updates today to see if the NHL or like the ref association, I'm guessing there's a ref association or players thing or something, to see if there would be an apology, like, hey, yeah, no, we screwed up on this one. That wasn't a penalty. I mean, there's nothing they can do about the point. We at least got 1 point because we tied it and got into overtime. But I don't like to complain about the refs. Yeah, they'll miss calls every now and again. But I feel like over the 82 game season, eventually we'll get some calls that are missed on us. So it kind of goes both ways, and I feel like it mostly kind of evens out. What I have an issue was the fact it was overtime. Eric Johnson, our alternate captain, tried to go talk to the ref. He didn't even listen to any word he said. He just made the call. Didn't even talk to his linesman. I feel like in overtime, had this been playoffs or end of the season or something, maybe they would have been more careful about if it was the right call. But I feel like if you're gonna, like, I get it, there's waves on how strictly they call different kinds of penalties. But I feel like if it's overtime, and especially for what this game meant, because it was for first in the division, I feel like either Toronto needs to, for all overtimes, just be like, quick call in, because you know they watch the games anyway. Quick call in and be like, hey, yeah, no, that wasn't a good call, or hey, give us a minute. We're going to double check and make sure it's the right call. Or even just have the ref and the linesman powwow and make sure that this is what you saw. Yes, this is what you saw. Okay, yes, we're going to go for it. Didn't even talk to the players. And usually the captain, or in this case, Eric Johnson, the alternate captain, went and tried to talk to him. He didn't even listen to a word that he said. He just immediately called it, thought he was right, I'm still heated and it's been like 24 hours. So it's over. We got to just deal with it. I did wish that the NHL or the Refs Association or whatever they have, something would have been mentioned. Like, hey, yeah, our bad. There's nothing we can do about it. But yes, we did miss that call. It wasn't a penalty. So, and if it was an issue with the change, even though we had a retiring player on the ice, there was still maybe 3.5 Avs on the ice, but like 6 Nashville Predators, whose jerseys are bright yellow. Anyway, so there's that. So I was super heated up last night. Ended up not reading and starting Magic Binds. That is my plan tonight. So now that I don't have a game, the next game is until Friday. We have games Friday and Saturday night. It's a back-to-back home and home with the Arizona Coyotes. So we'll play them Friday here in Denver and then go to Arizona on Saturday and play them again. So I have tonight and tomorrow to read Magic Binds, which is totally doable. Tonight I want to record, finally, my best 2021 historical romances. I feel like this should go a little bit quicker than my contemporary one since I've already done that one, and I'm not going to go into as much of the explanation there. And then I might even just record my fantasy paranormal sci-fi one as well, and then tomorrow night edit them. I was originally going to post my favorites blog post today, Wednesday, but I saw that the Heaving Bosoms released their 2022 Reading Embrace stuff in the past day or so, so I changed it so that my favorites now will go up on Saturday. And then today I released my quick idea / TBR for the Heaving Bosoms Reading Embrace. So I had to change my post plans around a little bit, but I think I got stuff figured out, and if I can finish the 5 prompts for Winter's Board Kiss, I have 2 days set aside on posting them. So I kind of try to keep things planned out, but then I also have sticky notes of books I need to get in and reviews and stuff that I need to get in my planner. But since the last quarter of last year, moving into this year, I was trying to do like wrap-ups, readathon, TBRs, my info dumpy posts on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and then Saturdays or Sundays if need be. And then if my reading slows, then just do reviews Monday, Wednesday, Friday, maybe Saturdays, depending on how many books I have the backlog for. Because at one point I was like a month and a half behind in reviews, but then there was a point where I was like finishing a book and the review had to go up the next day, so I had content on my blog. So that was the whole thing. So I want to try to at least record one of those tonight and then edit tomorrow. But that should be doable. I'm going to have them embedded in my blog post that goes up on Saturday, but I'm going to wait a few days before they go live on my YouTube channel, which officially launched this morning at 9 a.m. I tagged Crystal and Brian Words since Crystal was kind of my main inspiration, although most romance booktubers that I watch are really my inspiration. But Crystal more specifically because she does a lot of really good vlogs. And then, like I mentioned in my first vlog, Bree from In Love and Words did a how to do a romance booktube channel kind of a video. And so I tagged both of them when I posted it in my Instagram stories. Hey, I did a thing. My first video was up. I was going to wait till I had a couple more videos up, but I figured I'd at least post it on Instagram. And then Crystal's so sweet. I mean, they both shared my posts that I tagged them in their stories. But then Crystal took a screenshot of my YouTube channel and shared that as well. And Crystal, you about made me cry at work. Thank you so much. You're so sweet. And I'm glad that you're loving the tea. Adagio is my favorite tea company that I buy loose leaf tea from. So I'm glad that she enjoyed that, and I had a lot of fun watching her Vlogmas content to see what she thought of the teas, especially because I was able to already have them myself. But anyway, I digress, and I'm rambling on again because I can't get away from it. So that's super exciting. Fairly busy day. I have 2 days left for my morning work. So that's kind of stressful, but so it goes. All right, so I'm going to pause here and be right back. Alrighty. So before I get going on my other plans for tonight, I wanted to do my quest calendar real quick. I've got some food reheating in the oven, so I figured I'd do it out in the kitchen again to change things up. Let me pull it all over here. I like lost my train of thought there. I was like looking at my calendar, like, what am I doing with this? I'm gonna dump out all my dice first this time, and hopefully I won't lose any. Alrighty, so yesterday we fought some demon spawn. Ooh, super glary. So there's that, or I guess some sort of demonic creature. So let's see, and we killed 3 of the 4. We did take a little bit of damage. Whoo, boy. Wow. All right, that's fun. Look at this artwork. Holy cow. I don't know why you're not. It's hard to tell, not get it glary, but he's creepy looking. All right. Your brothers in arms are devastated by the onslaught of demons, but they are just the distraction you need as you make it through the battlefield and head straight for the temple. You have no time to rest or regain your strength before a flying demon descends upon you. It is the only creature standing in the way between you and the entrance to the temple. Oh my god, this guy's got like chains wrapped around him. Ooh, okay. So it says roll for each round. So this one is our first one that'll last multiple rounds. So this is going to be 3 rounds. D20 plus attack and then the damage. Alrighty. So with our character sheet, we are attack plus 3. And our damage is a D12. Once again, we are Commander Royce Barrington. And we do not get the bonus for inspiring the troops anymore, because that was only on yesterday's rolls. Alrighty, so I will set that aside. I will flip over yesterday's for all the stats and things that we need today. And let's get rolling. So, round 1. Fight. Whoo, 19. Sweet. Alright, so that's a 22. Round 1. If your attack roll is 14 or more, you hit the demon. What I needed. All right. So, our damage is an 11. If you hit and your damage roll is 4 or more, the demon is stunned this round. That means that they don't attack us and do us damage. So they're kind of like paused for a round. So that's cool. Alrighty. So, I don't think the number of damage really affects going on. I think it's just per round, which makes things kind of easy because then you don't have to keep track of all your stats necessarily. Ooh, okay, so this one, we rolled an 11, so we're at a 14. Ooh. If your attack roll is 14 or more, you hit the demon. Sweet. So we'll roll our damage again. This time we're looking for a 5. Ooh, we rolled a 3. So, all right, if you missed or the enemy is not stunned, it's not stunned because we only did 3 damage. Its long claws slice through your armor. Our defense is 12. If your defense is 14 or less, reduce your health by 4. So we're going to take 4 more damage. And then the last round. Roll good for me, baby. 15. So we are at an 18. If your attack roll is 14 or more, you hit the demon. All right, let's do more damage this time. We're looking for a 6 or higher. 6 or higher. Let's do it. 6. Sweet. 6. For a second I thought it was higher, but it's got the little dot. So it's actually a 6 and not a 9. It's not gonna... I know, it wants to do my face. But anyway, it's hard to tell, but there's a little dot. So it's a 6, not a 9. I got super excited and then I was like, oh no. But anyway, so we hit. The demon dies. Sweet. So we have killed the demon. We race past it to enter the temple. Cool. So we are now officially in the temple. We are not on the battlefields of demonic creatures anymore. We did take 4 more damage, so that brings our total damage up to 9, which is about a third of our health. So that's a little bit scary. So that's the calendar for today. I will probably check in. I'm gonna If my recordings tonight are anything like the other one, it should take me just about an hour to record my top 21, maybe even a little, depending on how rambly I get. In the first video I did, my contemporary one, the first like 40-ish minutes, maybe 40 plus, was the first round because I went through every book, why I picked it up, what my thoughts were, why it was a favorite. And then once I got to the later, and then the rest of the video, so like only like 20-ish minutes, was going through the other rounds. But by that point, I had already talked about the books and kind of got them back in my brain, so then it was easier to figure out, for the most part, which book was going to win each bracket moving forward. So it should, I'm guessing, take me about an hour. I'm going to do my historical romance one first and then see how I feel. Maybe take a break and start reading Magic Binds and then come back and record, depending on time-wise. But it's almost 6 o'clock now, so I need to get going on that. I also want to take a shower tonight. But yeah, I think that's it for now. I will be back once I start Magic Binds or get a little bit into it and update you from there. I can't believe we're finally starting book 9 of Kate Daniels and it's almost over. It's sad, but I'm excited to see what happens. But it's sad that it's ending. But yeah, so I will talk to you soon. Hello, so it is almost 8:30. I just got done recording my historical romance best of 2021 bracket video. I will have to edit it down, but it is an hour and 46 minutes right now. I should have known. I should have known. Contemporaries, not this year has been the year that I've read the most. I'm sorry, I don't have my tripod, so if I'm super shaky, I'm sorry. But contemporary, I haven't been the biggest reader of contemporary, and historical has always been one of my go-to subgenres of romance. So it doesn't surprise me that I went into way too much depth on every book. And there were a couple books that I kind of ranted about because I need people to read them and they didn't read them. I'm looking at you, Notorious Pleasures by Elizabeth Hoyt, and all of the people that skipped that book. Anyway, so that'll be up on my blog. Like I mentioned, I'm going to have the videos embedded in my blog, and then I'll wait a few days before I make them public on my YouTube channel. But that one's a rough one. But I did take some notes, so hopefully I won't have too much editing and like flubbubs I need to make notes of fixing. So it should just be cutting it down and adding in my end screen, which shouldn't take too long, thankfully. It's so long. It's so long. I was going to record my paranormal one tonight, and then I can edit these tomorrow and then get them uploaded, and then I can try to finalize my blog post on Friday or maybe even tomorrow and get those up, and then I can get my pictures uploaded and get the videos uploaded and embedded so then I can post my 2021 favorites first thing in the morning on Saturday. So I don't know what's going to happen. I was thinking earlier, I usually take down my Christmas tree and Christmas decorations around the middle of January. Sometimes I wait till the end of January, or at least I take down a lot of the decorations and I leave the tree up because I love the ambiance of Christmas tree lights. That's part of why I got fairy lights. But I have both my fairy lights and my Christmas tree lights on right now, so I'm just doubling down on the ambiance. But so I was thinking with the readathon, so there's the live show kickoff Friday on Jen's channel, but it starts at 5 and I get off work at 5. So I will miss the first half hour of that. That's if I get home on time around 5:30. So I don't know how much of that one I'm going to make. The Avalanche play at 7, so 6:30 is when pregame starts. So if they go to 6 or 6:30, I was thinking if I get all of my editing done tomorrow, although Thursday I also wanted to finish vlogging, because I was going to end it a day early instead of on Friday, so that I'll have the Romance Takeover Readathon vlog included in next week's and do Friday through next Friday kind of a thing is what I was thinking of doing. So maybe what I'll do is I'll try to... It's already 8:30. maybe I'll give myself like till 9:15 to zoom through. I do know I need to put up a spoiler tag on one of the books because I wasn't going to get into it, but then I had to get into it because I needed to talk about why I love this book so much. And that was one of the ones I kind of ranted in a good way. And so I need to get a spoiler tag added for sure on that one and get my end thing in, and then cut off some of the silences I have. I also need to edit my audio and then get rid of, because my laptop likes to turn the fans on super loud when I'm recording. So I need to also edit the audio, but I do that in Audacity, and then I'll upload a second audio track. So that one shouldn't take too long though anyway. So I might give myself like half an hour, 45 minutes to edit my historical one tonight. And then maybe I'll try to focus on doing the paranormal, fantasy, and sci-fi one tomorrow. I have like little notes that I made. And this time I at least went through and I wrote down what number in a series it is and the main characters' names, because while I remembered most of them, it's nice to double check so I don't say anything wrong. But so I've got my paranormal one, so I was just going to glance at it here. And yeah, I feel like this one will go quicker because while paranormal used to be one of my favorite subgenres of romance, I've read more fantasy and sci-fi this year, and that those are kind of overtaking paranormal, at least the last little bit. Speaking of sci-fi, happy book birthday to Victoria Aveline. The 5th book in Cleclanian came out today. It's sitting on my Kindle. I pre-ordered it via Kindle Unlimited. Yeah, but I like pre-ordered it even though it didn't cost anything. I love that series. I absolutely adore it. I have the first 4 books in paperback. I can't wait for this one to be in paperback. They're absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to be reading it for the Takeover Romance Readathon. So I at the very least want to read that, and I want to read, and it's using Fejo, which I'm super excited. I'm assuming the J is silent. It's Fejo. So I'm assuming it's Fejo. But it's alien, so who knows. And then I also want to read the Rake Appreciation book, which is the Sherry Thomas. And those should cover most of the prompts I feel like on my bingo board. But anyway, before I started rambling on, so I don't know how much of Magic Binds I'm going to read tonight, but I want to try to start it tonight and try to finish it tomorrow. And then I think I'm going to try to edit what I can of my Best of Historical Romance 2021 tonight. Hi. I know it's almost time for bed, huh? She just woke up and came and crawled in my lap here, as you can see her little ears. You distracted me. I lost my thought. You're just gonna purr? Look at that. Look at you. Yeah, look at you. Oh, look at those pretty eyes. You're so cute. Anyway, she's so cute. So yeah, I want to try to edit that tonight. Although now I have a cat on my lap, I'll probably just read until she gets off so I can sit forward. So I'll try to start Magic Binds tonight. I definitely want to take a shower. Tomorrow I don't have to be into work right away, so I might take a shower in the morning. No, I prefer taking showers at night. Why are you moving around? Hello. Okay. Hi. Take your Freddy kisses. Okay, she's completely distracting me. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm saying so many times, and I usually don't really say So is like, people have as their like pausing word. Mine is so, if you couldn't tell. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. I just breathed on you. Yeah. So my paranormal, so my paranormal one should go a little bit quicker. So I'm thinking I'm going to read a little bit tonight, edit my Best of Historical 2021. I should probably listen to every single minute of it, but what I might do is listen to it on fast forward. I changed my editing programs to Adobe Premiere Rush, because that's free, and I don't necessarily need all of the Premiere options or Plus options or whatever they called their subscription service extras, because I can do like my auto editing and stuff in Audacity, which is also free. And I've used Audacity before because I used to make like my own ringtones and things like that. So I said it again. See, I'm trying to be super conscious of it, but I notice it after I say it, not before I say it. Anyway, yeah, so then tomorrow I'm going to do record my paranormal one, because I don't think I'm awake enough and my voice is scratchy enough. I don't think I can get through recording that one tonight, even if it is just going to be more in the hour range. So I'll try to do that one tomorrow and then edit it. And then Friday night, I was thinking of taking down all my Christmas stuff during the game. And then, or at least all of the Christmas stuff in my room during the game. And then maybe this weekend, because I'm going to go over to my brother's on Sunday and play board games and hang out. But I told him I could only do it till like 3 or 3:30, because I know Sophie Lark is going to be on Jen's channel at 4 my time, and so I want to be home by like 3:30, 3:45ish to watch that. And if I don't give them an end time, I'll play board games there till like 11 o'clock at night, which does not need to happen on a Sunday. So anyway, I'll probably edit my vlog on Friday or on Saturday then during the game, depending on what's going on. But hopefully, I'm going to try to start Magic Binds for sure tonight. Now that she's like settled down here. Look at you. Look at you. You are just a troublemaker. I'm going to try to start Magic Binds, I guess, while she's in my lap. And then I'll probably just wait till like 9:30, and then I'll get up and take a shower and then try to be in bed by 10. It's an hour later than I usually Usually I like to take a shower at 9 at the latest, and then I can be in bed by 9:30 and then read till like 10 o'clock. But I have too many plans and very little time to do it in. So we're just going to have to deal with it. And if I have to sleep in this weekend to catch up on sleep, so be it. So I just wanted to do a quick little update. Nothing much, just me rambling about things again and not really much reading. But at least it's bookish adjacent, because I was talking about my best historical books of 2021. So I will check in soon, maybe later tonight, depending on how sucked in I get into Magic Binds. See you soon. Okay, it is about 11:15. I'm pretty much still in the same spot. I've just rotated because it's hard for me to sit still. I have had issues. My screen capture recorder recorded my video in the wrong freaking format, and every time I try to convert it, it kept like freaking out and glitching out and not saving it in the new format. So it kept saving it in the same format, which Adobe Premiere Rush doesn't read. So I've been struggling and fighting with that. But I did get my audio pulled from it and the noise reduction stuff all cleared up for it. So I'm going to worry about editing it tomorrow. Nothing's ever easy, you know? There's always something. But I at least got the audio set up, the project created, so now I just have to get the rest of the video converted, but I think it's successfully doing that now, finally at least. But in the meantime, I've been reading Magic Binds. So I am on chapter 5. It's 24% in. Holy crap. I think it's a couple months after Magic shifts, and there is a lot going on. And so Andrea's having her baby. He didn't go loop at birth, so that's good. We have a healthy baby girl. They named her Beatrice after Aunt B, Kate. So they named their baby after Kate, which is so sweet. Hi. Yeah. You have to be up in the middle of everything again? You're just getting your perk. Anyway. So that was a bright spot in the craziness. Roland has kidnapped Simon, which I like Simon. I wasn't too happy with the choices. The one scene we got with him in Magic Shifts when he chose not to help Kate specifically, that was kind of bothersome because I like Simon and I like the banter between him and Kate. But I understand that, like, he's kind of back off since Curran trashed his garage. Can you put the butt down? Yeah, just put the butt down for a minute while I record this. Okay, she's confused because we aren't actually in bed and it's after 11 o'clock. But, yeah, you just have to stand up in the way, don't you? You go for the kisses? Goodness. You're giving me lots of kisses tonight. Okay, let me do this. Kitty face. Okay, so she's so distracting sometimes. Anyway, in case you were wondering, she turned 20 last November. So this is my old lady kitty that I've had since she was weeks old. My mom rescued her. My mom used to be a cement truck driver. And there was a stray cat that used to hang out in the office area there. And she gave birth to 2 kittens in the wall. And my mom was like, a cement truck plant is no place for kittens. So she brought them home. And so Cheese ended up being my cat. And then her brother was Mac. But he passed on pretty early. He had, I think, a liver disease or something. He passed when I was in college. But so it's just Cheese now. I've lived with her longer than anybody else in my life. Almost 20 years. The only time I didn't live with her was my first couple of years of college. And then when I studied abroad in Japan for 9 months. So that's crazy. Yeah. Anyway, so Magic Binds is getting pretty crazy. We also saw Kate meet up with the witch oracles, and Sienna was showing her, not just telling her, showing her the future. And that was crazy and super heart-wrenching for Kate to watch Roland kill Curran and then Roland kill their baby son. And Kate kind of just shared with Curran the vision, but she hasn't talked to him about the son yet because she knows that Curran would give anything up and would sacrifice for whatever children they have. So that's going to be heart-wrenching, but it seems like they are going to have a baby boy. I don't know if that'll be in this one or not. It's also a couple weeks before their wedding. They're finally supposed to get married, but that's supposed to kind of be the tipping point of war. Kate had a horrible argument with her dad, and I was kind of on the fence with him, but now, I don't know, he kind of lost his, I'm going to try to be a cool dad face, and I'm firmly now on the we hate Roland train, which I feel like is kind of how it was supposed to be, where you're not sure, like, he kind of is trying to be a father, and it's crazy. But yeah, I'm firmly on the no, Roland just needs to go train now. And there's been a little bit of discussion about Hugh and kind of what happened to Hugh. So which intrigues me even more if he's going to end up teaming up with Kate, because I know that book 9.5 is Hugh's book. And I don't know if it's going to be romantic or not, but I know that Hugh is the main male character in there at least. So that'll be intriguing. But I'm like I said, I'm like a quarter of the way in. Things are like, usually they take a little bit to ramp up, but this is like, we're going. It's almost wartime. And I'm nervous because I don't want anybody to die. And like, Kate was kind of freaking out on how she was going to protect everybody and keep the city safe. But as soon as she saw Andrea and Raphael's baby, she was like, no, I can't take it anymore. She can't handle their baby And she's kind of like a pseudo aunt or a godmother or whatever they want to call it, because her and Andrea are best friends. But she's like, I can't let this little baby grow up under the rule of my father and have that be all that they ever know. Or it broke my heart, and I can see how much Kate is struggling. And I am ready for her to power up. She has some crazy plan, and she kind of she's using the, oh gosh, I can't remember. The book I wasn't super fond of, but it had good moments, but overall the plot was kind of annoying. Or Curran was annoying in that book, the one when they went to Europe to do the Panacea, and they were at Hugh's estate, pretty much. But Curran wasn't, hello, hi, kiss that kitty butt. I know, I should have known. I saw her coming in the background. But she's just like, it's time for bed, Mommy. What are we doing? I can kiss your butt if I want. I'm your mama. Oh, goodness. Oh, really? Close up. I'm sorry for the close up. Yeah. Fussy face. So, yeah. She kind of is getting her payback, and she's like, because of that, I'm taking my due now. So I'm not going to tell you my plan till after it's over. I'm going to be gone for a few days, but you can't say anything. You can't stop me. And so I'm interested to see what she's going to do. There's been a little bit of talk about her grandmother. And then she was thinking about Era, her aunt's son. So I don't know if maybe there's somebody else that Kate might be related to. Or if she's going to try to somehow harness her grandmother's ghost's power thing. But it sounds like Kate's going to go level up. There's a really fun part where she wrote down her 3 options. And it was to start the war, bury your head in the sand kind of a thing. And then the third one was just play nice with her father. And she's like, I don't like any of these options. None of these are good options. All of these lead to war. And then she was like, new plan. I don't know. I'll pull it up here. It was really good. It shouldn't be too far back because she wrote it right before Andrea showed up. And that was the last thing I read was Andrea gave birth. Then Kate needed air. And she's struggling. Yeah, here we go. New plan. Number 1, get awesome cosmic powers. Number 2, nuke my dad. 3, retire from the land claiming business. I'm all for it, Kate. I'm all for it. Nuke your dad. Gain awesome cosmic powers. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for the power up. I wish we had a little bit more of a power up in the previous book. But it sounds like we're going to get some big power-ups here, or at least the start of some big power-ups here. So I'm super excited for it. Oh my gosh, I think I just lost my place. I can try. I think I bookmarked it, so I can find it later on my Kindle. So yeah, I don't know how much longer. I'm starting to kind of flag. But I'm really enjoying where I am right now, so I think I want to read at least one more chapter. I might just read till midnight and screw it. I obviously haven't taken a shower, so I'll probably take a shower tomorrow morning, because I'll probably wake up at my normal time of 5:30, and then I can just have a little bit of extra free time in the morning, and maybe I might read some more. We'll see what happens, but my computer wasn't cooperating, but at least I was able to start reading, so that's good. I just wanted to update you a little bit because like I said, I'm only a quarter of the way through, but a lot has happened and it's amped up pretty quickly. So, and Kate also now knows that Julie's still seeing Roland and that Julie considers herself Kate's herald, and that Derek knows. So at some point I know Julie's gonna get a stern talking to by Kate and Curran. We also got a little kind of a clip of in between the 2 books that Curran went on some crazy job for the guild, and now he kind of has his own pack because nobody else wanted to take it. So well, not a pack, but he's got like 9 or 10 other mercs that are now his like crew at the guild. So that's fun. So we get to see like her and find his new little group of people. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Like I said, this is only like 4 or 5 chapters, and there's a lot going on already. Oh, we got to see Roman again. I love Roman. He's so funny. I love that he's like the servant or the priest of Chernobog, but you know, when he's not in his day job, he's just a normal geeky dude. I love it. It's awesome. I'm always happy to see more of Roman. He's just such a fun character. I'd love to see a novella with him, or like short stories or something from him, but I'm guessing he's part of this older generation, so we might not see him too much in Julie's spin-off series, but we'll see. Yeah, I think that's it. I'm going to stop here. I probably won't update again tonight and just leave it for tomorrow morning, unless something super crazy happens and I need to get my words out. So, have a good night, and I will see you in a moment. Good morning. It is Thursday, January 13th. It's just about 9 o'clock in the morning. I am here my second to last day at my morning office. As you can tell, we're like getting stuff packed up and cleaned out. Tomorrow I have to clean out most of what's in the office. So that'll be a little bit sad to kind of pack up. I've been here since 2017 is when I went from having one job to 2 jobs. So it'll be kind of weird to get everything packed up and not have myself in the office. So it's a little bittersweet. I just wanted to do a quick update. Sorry, I just got a weird email. I got through 50% of Kate Daniels last night. I stayed up way too late. And it just, like, it calmed down. It's not as go, but it's still, there's a lot going on. If you don't want spoilers, definitely flip forward to when I'm going to put the book cover will be right here, so when the book cover comes down, then you can avoid spoilers. But I just got to talk about it because we finally get Teddy Joe back. Teddy Joe is also Thanatos, the god of death. I wish, when we first met him in one of the novellas, I really loved him, and I wanted him to be more of a like main character or someone that we see more often. So I don't know how much we'll see from him here. He is helping Kate find some Pegasi, and that'll be super fun. We also had Kate go speak with Sheriff Bo, and he's always a fun side character as well. He's the deputy of a town nearby, and I guess now he's Bo the Brave after when a shapeshifter was forced by Hugh to murder a master navigator from the people. He basically stepped in to prevent a war between the people and the pack. So he's now Bo the Brave from that. So that was fun to see. And he's going to, so Julie had kept like little news clips about sightings of Pegasi, or at least a Pegasus. And so she went to go to Bo to get more information, and he asked her to step in and take care of an issue of an older lady who kind of just disappeared, who's a crotchety old lady, but she's been a part of the community forever. And so she goes to take care of that, and she's got Derek and Oceana with her, and then one of the deputies. Oh, the phone's ringing. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I've got crazy hair today. I went with something new, and I don't know how I feel about it, but it makes me look like taller, which is super weird. But anyway, there's parts I'm going to miss about working here, but there's also parts that I'm going to be really glad I don't have to deal with. One of them is coming into my desk an absolute mess. It drives me insane. Anyway, yeah, so it's like Kate's been kind of sent on a lot of little mini quests, so she had to go take care of this person, or this old lady, she was trying to find her. It turns out she's some sort of being or power that's of the Earth of Atlanta or something weird. We didn't really understand what she was, but she kept the head. And she's getting help from Sierra, the oracle that sees into the future. And so she kind of explained it like there's different checkpoints. Because when she saw, I think I mentioned in my clip before, she saw the future where Curran or the baby dies. And now the future is murky, which means that Kate's making decisions to change the future or make it not as she saw it, kind of a thing. So so she's just like, and Sierra's like, it's murky, so I don't know. And she's just like, good, that's better than knowing for sure one of these two horrible things are going to happen. So that was really fun to see. So we find out that there's like anchor points that, well, she explained them as like anchor points. So there's, the head is important. So she kept the head. And that's a good thing because that meant her father didn't have it. And that means that that's a step towards the murky future kind of a thing. And so the second one was a dragon, but I'll get to that in a second. So that was super fun and an interesting fight. We learn about a new type of army or grouping that Roland has, and they're basically worship the blood. And Kate somehow breaks the bond that this person, or this like assassin, has with her father. And since Kate has the same blood, she's now worshiping Kate. But Derek and the shifters are kind of freaking out because they think it's the same thing that she did with Julie and not that Kate would ever order Julie to do anything against her will, but they think she's creating slaves. And Kate's like, I'm not. That's not what I did. And they won't believe her. Oh, even Derek. It's so frustrating. And I feel so bad for Kate because even though they're not a part of the pack, she's still being slightly separated. And she kind of played a trick, but also brought up some good points with Curran, where she's just like, so many of you are happy for me to use my power to help save the city, to help save the pack, to help save shapeshifters and other people who need my help. But when I use my power after the fact, you ostracize me and treat me like using the power that I have is a bad thing. And it frustrates me. And I understood the Doolittle thing because he didn't want Kate to do the same thing that she did with Julie, because that would be, I don't know, because he's African American, so there was slave connotations that he brought up with Kate. So I understood that. But Kate's not turning anybody else a slave. And they all, especially Derek and Curran and the people close to her, see how much she struggles having the possibility to make Julie her slave. And she fights against, and she rewords things, and she constantly is trying to make sure that Julie isn't acting or being treated like Kate's slave, because that's not what she wants. And she's made that clear so many times. She's proved it in what she says, in her actions. And yet every time she has some crazy powerful magic, or she does something that they either can't understand or is so much more powerful than they expected, they get scared, which is understandable. But Derek kind of freaking out on her bothered me. But anyway, so yeah, she did have a kind of slight argument with Curran where she kind of acted like her dad a little bit, and it was a joke. But she was also kind of proving a point, like, how many times do I have to sacrifice myself for this town and this city and you people? But then you turn around and just don't want me to use my power. So I feel bad for Kate, because even though she's about to get married to Curran and she has her own separate little mini pack, they still treat her like an outsider sometimes. And that's so hard to see. But anyway, So besides that, we got to see Thanatos. We also saw Kate make a deal with Chernobog, which was super interesting, and we got more Roman. And Roman's like doing all this wedding planning because Kate just wants something simple. She just wants to, and she's not like a wedding person. So she just wants to show up, get married, and leave. But Roman is like scheduling a fitting for her, and he did invitations and RSVPs, and he's like chicken or vegetarian, and then her dad calls. And even though Kate specifically told Roman not to invite her father, even though he probably would have showed up anyway, he does. And Kate's like, I told you not to. So, I mean, but the way that Roman kind of gets around it is super cute. And he, as a priest of Chernobog, he's like never the one in the family to get asked to officiate a wedding. So he's like, he's going 110% because this is the first wedding that he's ever been asked to do. Plus it's Kate and Kern, who are like super powerful people in the world. So it's even like more extreme. So that was super fun. We got to see like Chernobog's dragon and another Slavic god who's like a raven. I can't remember her name, but that was super fun too. And Chernobog basically stole Thanatos' sword, which makes Thanatos pretty much. And Kate, to speak with Kate, he tries to force Kate to like bless or dedicate the battlefields that they end up having to Chernobog, which means that basically everybody who dies on it would be human sacrifices to Chernobog, which is not a good thing. He doesn't like that. He needs to be kept like in check and in balance with the rest of the powers of the world. So we've got that. Kate somehow manages to turn it on its head because he threatens to kill like Thanatos and Roman, and she's just like, you're not going to do that. You don't want to do that. So she barters down, or she proposes a different plan where she's going to like say a blessing or something to him, or let whoever is fighting know that Chernobog, it's like there on the battlefield, or I don't know, that he's an option pretty much. And then if any of the people there want to fight in his name, they can choose to do so. But the agreement is also that she's not going to bring up any other Slavic gods. She'll just bring up Chernobog. So that was an interesting thing. I think that's where I ended, was they just finished talking with Chernobog, and then now they're going to have to deal with the Pegasi, because that was also in a vision. So she's going to have to need the Pegasi to do whatever she needs to do. Oh, we also saw her talk to Jim. And so she talked to Jim because she is going to need her aunt Era's bones and body and fluid and whatever else they have. And she told Jim she's going to take it to Mishmar, which is Roland's like prison area where Kate was trapped with Gas Tech. And she told Jim, even though we see in her brain this isn't 100% her plan, so we still don't know as the reader what exactly her crazy ass plan is. But so she tells him she's going to take the bones to Mishmar and put them with her grandmother. So we'll see what happens there. We also find out Christopher is an avatar for a Greek deity. Because he freaks out because he senses that Thanatos is coming, and then he turns into an avatar. So holy crap, what's going on with Christopher? That's super exciting. There's still, like, it calmed down a little bit, but there's still a lot that's going on, and all of these, like, little mini quests are kind of fun. So I'm excited to read more tonight. I definitely need to record my paranormal bracket, best of 2021 tonight, and then I want to try to edit them both. And finish Magic Bind. So I'll do my calendar tonight as well, and then wrap up the reading vlog, so then tomorrow we can start fresh. If I don't finish it, I'll still end it tonight, even if I don't finish Magic Binds. But I might film a wrap up tomorrow morning, depending on what happens. But tomorrow morning's going to be rough since it's my last day here in this office. And I've got to pack everything up. And then they also want me to train one of the other office people in what's going on here, but it's kind of frustrating because everything I do has already been taken from me, so I pretty much just do right now projects that they take care of. So I don't even really know what she wants me to be trained on because everything else is going to be gone. So I don't know, but hopefully that won't take too long and I can just kind of focus on getting everything packed up and figuring out what the former owner wants out of here. But we'll have to do like the computer and everything because the new company said they didn't want that. But yeah, all right. I guess that's it for now. I will see you later. Have a good Thursday. It's Thursday. We're almost there. And I will talk to you later. Bye. Hello. I am home. It's just about 6 o'clock. I just got home. I had to stop at Target. I usually do grocery shopping like once a week, but I didn't really need much this week. I just kind of wanted to get juice and laundry detergent. I've been trying to get laundry detergent for the last couple weeks. I've got about a third of my bottle left, but I like to get it before I'm out, just so I have it there and just try to keep a little bit of a stock. But so I saw on the Target app that they actually had the scent that I use in stock because Walmart's been out for a few weeks. So I stopped at Target. I got way too much. I only needed like 4 things, but I walked out with a lot more. But I guess that's what happens when you go shopping. So I am home. I got my groceries put away and the kitty fed dinner. She's super excited because tonight I use a pate can. She only likes the pate. And I split it into 6 chunks so it lasts us 3 days. And tonight we opened the salmon can, which is her favorite flavor. As you can probably hear her, she is all worked up. But I just wanted to do a little bit of a quick update. I was able to sneak in a little bit of reading while I was waiting to check out. And so we kind of got to talk to Christopher and learn, like, he's not exactly an avatar. So Christopher was like the head of the Legion, or he was a legionnaire or something in Roland's army. So like super duper powerful. And then Roland basically offered to try to force a living god inside of him. And then Christopher was like, no, because that'll either go really, really well or I'm going to end up in tiny little pieces everywhere. And I don't want to risk that. And then Roland basically forced him. So we kind of learned a little bit about that. And then Thanatos showed up to take Kate to see the Pegasi, to see if she could possibly tempt one to go on an adventure with her. And they kind of talk, and Thanatos has an existential crisis because what happened to Christopher is not supposed to happen. And it's weird that he basically ate a god. So Kate terms a new word for what Christopher is, and it's Theo, I think she said theophage. So that's super intriguing. Did you find the toys I bought for you at the store? She did. Look at these. Look. These little crinkle balls. You want your crinkle ball? Yeah. She loves to chew on the little plastic crinkle balls. And I wasn't able to find any this Christmas. So when I saw they had them, I had to grab some. So I'll pop one of those off and give them to her in a second. She loves to chew on like plastic and stuff. And at least those are made to be cat safe, so she can chew on those and I don't have to worry too much about it, rather than her just finding a plastic bag or something silly to chew on. I think she just likes the sound. So I will go ahead and grab my calendar here and we'll do that. So I didn't read too much, just that little, I just read like half a chapter or something of that. Tonight I need to film my paranormal, or best of my paranormal fantasy sci-fi bracket tonight. And then I want to try to edit that and finish editing my historical ones so I can get those uploaded in YouTube. And then either tonight or tomorrow I can get my blog set all ready to go on Saturday. So that's super exciting. I want to finish Magic Minds tonight, which should be doable. But let me Yeah, we're going to pull out the camera. So yesterday we fought this crazy guy. And he's super, super crazy. I'm gonna come over here because doing this while I'm standing is a little bit of a hassle. Okay. I'm just going to hold you and we're just going to deal with it because I don't have anything like set up right now. So let me get my calendar. Whoa. So we have entered the temple. Oh gosh, we're going to have some stuff to do. That's cool. We got a full out map. That's super cool. Super cool. Okay. So you enter this cryptic and evil place. It makes sense that there's little light here. You know the gate is somewhere inside, but you must find it. You pray that you get to it quickly without encountering any other obstacles. Cool. So navigate the dungeon. Like a maze, begin at the S, which is start, and make your way to the ends labeled with a star. Resolve each room you visit before choosing your next. Okay, so we're going to have to look the back of the previous day to kind of see how we're going to do this. So room 1. The entryway to the temple is adorned with gruesome and disgusting statues featuring dwarves, elves, and humans with flesh torn from a war, revealing demons underneath. They are so detailed and lifelike that you wonder if they were ever alive. They are hauntingly beautiful and yet sickening to behold. Okay. So that's room 1. And I guess we just go through. It doesn't say like choose to go right or left or anything. Let me try to hold it. There we go. So I guess we'll just go through them in order as they are. This whole sheet is like full. So let's see what we have next. So then room 2. This room appears to contain a sacrificial altar. It smells disgusting and of rotted flesh. Upon the altar is an array of organs on display. The altar has a locked compartment. You get the feeling there may be something useful here. Break into the compartment. Roll d20 plus strength. Okay. I didn't bring all of my dice over here. Hold on one second. Okay. We're going to dump those out. We're going to roll my die. Do it over here on this table. 16. Okay, so plus our strength. See, I wasn't thinking beforehand. Okay. Our strength is a +2, so that gives us an 18. If the result is 11 or more in a compartment on the altar, you discover 1 health potion. Cool. Restores 1d4 health. Super cool. So that was room 2. I don't know. If I rotate from my face, maybe it'll... There we go. So then we're going to go to room 3. So that's on the other side of that entrance hallway. This room appears to be a dark library filled with ancient tomes. There is likely a treasure trove of useful knowledge here that you could have used against your enemy. You won't need it now. Your plan with the Zenith bomb will put an end to the demons. Okay? I mean, I wish there was a way for at least us to take some of that knowledge, but we're a little bit railroaded in this game rather than a like full-blown tabletop RPG, so that's okay. So room 4. So this is this back room. It looks like there's a statue in it. If it's normal, are we going to focus? Let me try. If I get out of the frame. There we go. So that little circle looks like a statue. And it's similar to statue things I've seen in other tabletop RPGs. So this long chamber contains sarcophaguses along the wall. Each one is etched with the name of a demon. You recognize a famous one from the history books. Is this perhaps where dead demons are laid to rest? You disrespectfully punch through it. Deep from inside, a dusty cloud of decaying gas unexpectedly wafts out. Roll d20 plus dexterity. If I remember correctly, we are good at dexterity. Yes, we have a +3. So we will roll again. Oop, 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 we're rolling. 15. Okay, so that gives us an 18 again. If the result is 15 or more, you back away quickly as the gaseous cloud settles around. You walk away unharmed. Okay, and so then the last room is room 5, and that looks like it's a mess hall or a meeting hall kind of place. I don't know why I keep showing that to you because it doesn't really want to focus, but maybe it'll work one of these times. So room 5, once you open the door to this room, you are greeted by a medium-sized snarling beast. There's not enough light to see the details of its features. It snarls and lunges in your direction. Roll a d20 plus attack, then roll damage. Okay, so our attack, I believe, is a +3. Yep, a +3. And our damage is a d12. So I will roll. And we got another 15. We're doing okay today. So that is an 18. If your attack roll is 12 or more, you hit the beast. Sweet. If you hit, roll your damage. We're looking for a 4 or more, and this will kill the beast. And we got a 10. Ooh, super dead. Super duper dead. Okay, cool. So we have killed the beast. And that is room 5. Oh, it says resolve each room you visit before choosing your next. That's okay. We would have gone through every room anyway. It's the gamer in me. Okay, so cool. So we technically reached the star, I guess. And that's it. So that's all that there is for today's calendar. I'm going to drink some water. I don't know if I'm going to make any tea tonight. I'm kind of feeling some milk, so I might have a glass of milk. And then I'll sit down and record my paranormal best of 2021. And then I will check in later when I have a chance to do more. Until then. Hello. I am here to wrap up week 2 again. I originally lost the footage. It got corrupted somehow. So I am re-recording. It is technically Sunday, but I did finish on Thursday Magic Binds by Lona Andrews. This book, guys. What is going to happen in book 10? Magic Triumphs. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I can't. First of all, spoilers. I'm going to talk spoilers. So if you don't want any spoilers for Magic Binds, book 9, and Kate Daniels, skip forward to when the cover comes down. Oh my gosh. Era? I liked Era before, but even more so now that she's not dealing with the stress of what her brother has turned into and kind of created or forced her to turn into. And she was able to reconnect with her mother and kind of teach Kate the ways of how a princess of Shinar, I think is what the ancient city was. Oh my gosh, I love Era so much. She's such an interesting and intriguing character. And I love that she turned herself into a dagger so Kate could take her with. And now she's helping train Kate. I love it. I love it. And so we don't get any power-ups from Kate, but she's actually learning how to properly harness her powers and her magic and how to access the magic of the land and the city of Atlanta that she's claimed. And so while she's not powering up, she's getting stronger because she's learning how to use her magic, and she's learning things that she should have learned the entire time. Some of it's coming from Julie because she's learning things from Roland and passing it along to Kate. But it is so good. so good. I loved... It is so good. And the final battle, I was so worried that we were going to lose some of our favorite people. Mahone almost died. Oh, and there was still a lot of people up, but they won the battle. The war's not over yet. But they made Roland flee. And the way that Kate got the people on her side. Oh, and I love Gastek. Like, I could always use more Gastek. I love Gastek so much. And seeing Christopher kind of do his thing and become a whole person again. Oh, it was so good. It was so good. And we get a really sweet moment from Kate and Curran. Because Kate finds out about Adora, the, like, secret assassin that Kate saved. But the reason why she saved her wasn't a good reason. It was more to F you to her dad. And while she's not a slave, I don't know. It's all big and it's all crazy. But Curran gets mad when he finds out what exactly Adora is. Doesn't want to blow up. Needs to take some time to clear his head before they talk about it. So he sends everybody home from this crazy fight scene on a bridge. And we get more Roman. And I love Roman too. Oh my god, there are so many characters I love in this series. Oh, Roman. Oh my god, so good. Anyway, so I read earlier the, like, plan that Kate had, where she, like, wrote down her new plan, and it was like gain cosmic powers, nuke my dad, retire from land claiming or something like that. Well, when she drops everybody off at home after this battle and Curran hasn't come home yet, she decides, okay, I'm gonna go off by myself. And she was kind of moping, kind of not moping, but she was just like, I need to be by myself too and calm down and deal with how I'm going to explain things and just be preparing herself to be completely open with Curran. Because while they're always open, sometimes it's hard to open up about some of those difficult things, especially if you know the other person isn't going to like it. And Curran tracks her down. She goes to her old apartment, which was Greg's apartment. Oh. And they kind of make up, and then he gives her the, like, new plan list that she gave, and he added 3 more things. And it was saved on my Kindle, but I have since deleted it from my Kindle because I cleared my clip. But it was something like, get married, have children, try not to screw them up, and, like, live a happy life, or something, like, super sweet and sentimental like that. And Curran can friggin' get it. Oh, Curran is the Beast Lord of all Beast Lords. I love it. It was so good. And the battle scene, I couldn't put down. I didn't update Thursday night because it was super late. But once it got to the, like, big battle scene, I couldn't put it down because I was like, I don't want anybody to die. I don't want Barabbas to die. And he ended up, like, breaking both his legs, and Mahone almost died. And I don't love Mahone, but he's Curran's dad or adoptive father. And I loved it. I loved everything. The way that the battle turned out. And then the epilogue. Okay. I'm like 95% happy with the epilogue. So we get Kate and Curran's wedding. Gorgeous. I loved it. Roman did such a good job planning their wedding. The only thing that bothered me about the epilogue. Okay, Jim is Curran's best man. Cool. Great. They've been best friends, or at least friends, for a long time. Who was Kate's maid of honor? Dolly. Like, I get it. She's the Beast Lord's, who's now Jim, maid. Why wasn't it Julie? Why wasn't it Andrea? Tell me. I love Dolly. Don't get me wrong. But it could have been a matron of honor and been Andrea. Because Andrea's Kate's best friend. And it also would have been so sweet to have it be Julie, their adoptive daughter. That's the only thing where I was like, why is it Dolly? Like, the best man and the maid of honor don't have to be a couple. They don't have to be. So, I don't know, that was the only thing. So we see their wedding, and then at the very end, Kate's cooking breakfast and she's making bacon, and then she runs and throws up and she uses her magic and she's pregnant. So I don't know how far we're going to skip ahead when we start book 10, but there's been lots of prophecies and visions and stuff. So we know that they're going to have a son. I can't wait. I'm sad there's only one book left, but I'm also super happy that, like, I'm excited that we're getting to the end because I want to know what happens, but I'm also sad because I don't want it to end. And I don't know how much we're going to see of these characters in the Aurelia Rider spinoff, which is Julie. Now, Smart Women Read Romance did a podcast on Aurelia Rider, I think. The first book, I think, is Blood Heir. I'll put it here. And I know, like, I remember bits and pieces. I haven't gone back to re-listen to it, but I feel like I vaguely remember, like, she had to change her face or something, and she, like, went away and trained, and now she's super powerful, and she's back in town. And I feel like she's either magicked her face or she's actually physically changed her face so she doesn't look the same. But I feel like I remember from the podcast, like, her seeing Kate and Kern from a distance, and she wasn't allowed to, like, see them or talk to them. And at the time, I hadn't read any Kate Daniels, so they were talking about some of the characters. Oh, you see a glimpse of this one, you see a glimpse of this one, you see a glimpse of this one. So I'm excited to see that and kind of get, because I feel like we get a time jump before Aurelia Rider. So I'm excited to see who comes back and seeing how some of these characters have matured over time. But I really want Derek to be Julie's person. And I'm so excited, but I'm so nervous. I trust Alona Andrews to end it good. But when it's a long-running series like this, there's always a little kernel of doubt on if they're going to end it satisfactory for me. Or satisfactorily? Something like that. Grammar. But anyway, I rambled on for like 25 minutes in that clip because every time I film a clip, I jot down like a brief overview of what I talked about and about the time length, so I can kind of keep track of what my time is going to be. But I needed to film a new wrap up, and I'm only like 10 minutes here, but that's fine. It's shorter. I'm not going to complain. So 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. I used it for the white on the cover prompt for the Winter's Kiss board 2. So I have like 3 or 4 books for board 2 because it didn't qualify for any of the remaining prompts I had left on board 1, but that's okay. I'll just ship them to board 2. I'm hoping I can at least get through board 2. I originally planned to get through all 3 boards because it runs till the end of February, but we'll see what happens. Although February, I'm probably going to be binging a lot of fantasy romance for Pharaoh Feb. I need to work on my TBR for that because I saw that the event list and the bingo boards and everything have been posted. But that's for another time. I just wanted to refilm a wrap up real quick and just be like, I loved Magic Binds. I really loved it. I'm scared and nervous to finish the series, but I'm also glad to finally see Kate kick Roland's butt. And she's as excited about it too, I guess. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this reading vlog. I got through 3 books this week. All of them Kate Daniels. So this was like a Kate Daniels reading vlog. But I will be back next week with the Romance Takeover Readathon. And then whatever other books I pick up after that. I'm hoping to at least get through 2 for that weekend since I had plans on Sunday. So I'm not going to have as much reading time. But until then, I will see you. I hope you have a wonderful day whenever you watch this, and I will see you soon. Bye.